Reuters is breaking this story. South Korea's president asked Elon Musk if he would consider building a gigafactory in South Korea. In response, Musk said he considered South Korea to be one of the top candidates and would make the decision after reviewing investment conditions in other countries, including labor quality, technology level, and production infrastructure. This is relatively big news. There's not much speculation, at least in the Tesla community, that the next gigafactory would be in South Korea. Let's dive into this. Now, when we think about that, that actually makes sense. When we look at the biggest car markets, US is number 2, Japan number 3, then there's India, but people don't make much money in India, so Tesla, how well would it do there? Then Brazil is also a little bit similar, and then South Korea. People are very rich in South Korea, and it's a big car market. But more importantly, as of April 2020, there is a crazy, hefty 80% import tariff placed on vehicles imported from China to South Korea. And currently, I think Tesla does not import any cars from China to South Korea. They export from US, I think, to South Korea. And with such a big car market, that sort of makes sense to possibly invest there also. A criminal trial is about to begin in South Korea that hangs on questions about safety of Tesla cars at a time when the EV maker faces a range of lawsuits and increased scrutiny by regulators. All of the top-selling cars in South Korea are made in South Korea. These are South Korean brands. So it would appear to me that South Korea has protected their auto manufacturing industry, and South Korea's president said in the discussion he would reform unreasonable regulations that hindered investment by global tech companies, according to Yoon's office. The president added that the government would continue its effort to attract investment from high-tech companies to enhance the country's competitiveness. Now, we also know that there are other places that want Tesla to build gigafactories. Indonesia is one big country that really wants Tesla. They really want Tesla. India, now, they say they want Tesla, and Tesla is telling them, hey, look, remove the crazy import tariffs. We just want to try out and see how many cars we could sell in India. Let us try that, and if we like what we see, then we will build a factory. India says, no, you can't do it. You have to commit. You cannot test the market. You have to build the cars here and then sell them here if you want. Or we can test right now, but we have tariffs, very high tariffs. So I don't think India is likely for Tesla anytime soon unless India gets super rich very fast. But Indonesia, that's a little bit different. Indonesia also has a lot of raw battery materials. And currently, LG, which is a South Korean company, is supplying Tesla the batteries. And earlier this year, we received some very strong reports indicating something potentially happening in Indonesia this year. At that time, an Indonesian official said that nothing is signed yet, but he indicated that it was agreed that something would be built by Tesla, basically, in Indonesia. He basically said, God willing, Tesla will enter Indonesia this year. Now, the year is coming to the end, so let's see. Maybe we will have something, maybe not. That remains to be determined. So Reuters is specifically reporting Elon Musk named South Korea among top candidates for EV investment. This is from South Korea's president's office. Musk had made the remark in a video call with President of South Korea, adding that the company planned to step up cooperation with South Korea on supply chains, said South Korea's president's office. And that's where the president asked Elon, hey, come here and build a factory. We'll be good to you. We'll, deregulate and make it easy for you. Musk said that we expect to buy components worth more than 10 billion from South Korean firms in 2023 as we significantly expand supply chain cooperation with South Korean companies. So, good news, everybody. A few other places for gigafactories right now. Canada seems like an obvious choice. I mean, after all, Tesla already has Giga Vancouver. That is this channel. Multiple videos every single day. Subscribe if you haven't yet. So, of course, I would greatly welcome a gigafactory in Canada. Probably they would do it in Ontario or maybe Quebec. Definitely not Vancouver. They already got me for that, right? So, one of the advantages of having it in Canada, Canada would have a distinct advantage of nearby raw materials that could be transported with relative ease by rail to refining plants and other sites in the country's auto industry hub, which hosts a number of suppliers. So this makes Ontario and Quebec natural leaders, which would offer much shorter supply chain than in other sites outside the US, like Berlin and Shanghai as an example. And of course, typically when Tesla builds a factory, Tesla really rushes at first, or at least it appears that Tesla is rushing, and for a good reason, because we need to make those cars, because every car that Tesla makes, they sell every single car. So, but then of course, it takes quite a bit of time to get the production up and going, burning a lot of cash. You remember that money burning furnace comment from Elon Musk that spooked so many people. And this article says, these are issues far more common to entirely new startups rather than established automakers with over a decade of experience, which Tesla happens to be. But Tesla built a factory in Germany faster than Volkswagen is planning to build one of their next factories. So Tesla, which doesn't know anything, basically, I assume, about Germany's laws and the bureaucracy, beat the Germans at their own game. How silly is that? And what does Tesla want when it comes to a new gigafactory location? Tesla, number one, is looking for fast permitting. Tesla wants to build a factory quickly. Elon Musk made comments that if they chose to build another factory in California instead of Texas, Austin, by the time they finish building the factory in Austin, he said they would still have been stuck with all of the paperwork in California if they built it in California. So, and also, of course, Elon does not want to repeat the same mistake with Germany, that even though Tesla beat Germans at their own game, the number one thing that Tesla is looking for is just fast permitting. Just let us build fast. Don't slow us down with all of the paperwork like they did in Germany. Then, of course, we know that Mexico is also another option that Tesla is considering. How many gigafactories does Tesla need? Well, in that video yesterday, where Elon Musk explains why Tesla stock is a buying opportunity, which if you haven't watched that or finished watching it, you should finish that. He said that to produce 20 million vehicles per year, Tesla needs about 10 or 12 gigafactories. So let's assume 12. Right now we got how many? We got China, we got Germany, we got Austin, we got Fremont. So 4, and then also they are expanding Giga Shanghai. So if we do add the Mexican factory and then the Canadian factory and then the South Korean factory, when we got 7 gigafactories, that would still leave us with 5 more to go possibly. Interestingly, this area where Tesla expressed interest in investing is only 400 miles away, or 7 hours driving from Tesla Gigafactory in Austin. And we now have the photo from the meeting with the president of South Korea and Elon Musk. And more good news here. FSD Beta 11 still looking good, on track for release to customer testers before Thanksgiving. Elon Musk says, yes, it is. Thanksgiving in US is this Thursday, so that is probably Wednesday, which depending on when you watch this video is probably already today. These are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. My name is Matt Posius, reporting to you from Vancouver City, Canada. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Make sure to actually subscribe if you want breaking news updates like this one. And I'm gonna go to sleep now. Thank you so much.